Just shows us that it can be anybody's night with either man, AJ, me, myself, Tyrone, or anybody that comes off the bench. It just lets us know how deep our team is and how good we can be.
All right, and for you personally, where does that game rank for you as far as most memorable games?
It'll have to be somewhere towards the top. I had a couple of big games back at my old school, so it was just a game I enjoyed. I enjoy rivalry games a lot, and so I wanted to help my teammates get this victory.
You guys are 0-0 now. I know that's something oftentimes guys say. What about this team makes you think that you can put Saturday behind you and not get caught in that quote unquote hangover?
I feel like it's going to happen because we've said that since I would say the second half of the season started. We've been saying we want to take it each game at a time, and even practices. We're taking practices as 0-0 days. We come in and finish practice. We want to be 1-0 after practice is over and after weights and things like that. So that's just going to be our new motto going into things. It's 0-0 until after the day or after the game.
Earlier in the season, were there some problems with that, where perhaps one game was affecting other games?
I think so.
That kind of attitude was important.
I think so. I feel like a lot of guys, a lot of us, we kind of lingered after a loss or after a win, and we just kind of got complacent a little bit. And I think that now that it's getting close to time to figure out if we're going to make the tournament or, if we're going to have postseason play, guys are starting to get the picture.
Was the Northwestern loss one of those losses that lingered?
Yeah, I think so. It was a tough loss in 2 overtimes. It was one we felt we should have had, but that's in the past, and we got another chance to get them later. But right now, it's Michigan State.
How do you account for the 3 points you did the other night? Not just yourself, but it was obviously when the team goes 10 of 18, it's no one person.
Yeah, I just feel like guys were locked in, and myself, I've been in the gym every day since I've been here, so I knew one day it was going to work out for me. I never stopped being in the gym. And for other guys, I think, they were just, focused more on their shots and the little things, like stepping into their shots and following through and just having that fire while they were out there. We have a lot of guys that can, bring it each and every night. Adrian Payne, Keith Epling, Gary Harris. There's a lot of guys that, you have to worry about. So we have to lock in together as a team.
You want the truth or you want
I want the no.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Truth.
I actually saw him coming down the lane a little bit. I didn't know exactly where he was going to be, but I just figured if I batted it back at some point in time, he would try to catch it. So it worked out really well. It could have been a real foolish play if he ran the other way.
When you watch the replay, it looks like you're specifically guiding the ball to him.
Right.
But you were just trying to basically just make something happen.
Right. I was just trying to make something happen for the most part. I saw someone coming out of my peripheral, and I figured it was him. So I just figured, well, if I hit it back to whoever that person is, now it could have been them as well, but. Hopefully, it'll be Basil, and he grabs and laid it in. So I was like, yes, that worked out. So
that was a pretty big play, wasn't it?
I thought it was, going in the half. Kind of gave a little energy to Mackey, and second half we picked it up a lot. So hopefully that play did play a huge role in that.
That's potentially a tough atmosphere for freshmen. It's the biggest, atmosphere you guys have really played in, I would say, this season, as far as noise and energy and excitement and expectations for the fan base, things like that. And all 3 of them, I thought, kind of acquitted themselves pretty well on Saturday.
No, they all played well. It's courtesy of them, kind of keeping their composure. They got, some good minutes, get used to it. They got 3 more years. Hopefully, Thursday's game will be, same atmosphere as well. So just trying to get them used to it. Hopefully they'll do big things in the future. And, in doing so, you got to play in front of a big crowd. So.
They and I think some of the rest of you guys had talked about sort of that freshman lull, that freshman wall, which is sometimes hit. Had you seen them go through that, and do you see them sort of emerging on the other side of that?
I don't think it's necessarily a freshman wall. I think it's just kind of getting acclimated to things. And I guess you can't consider it a freshman wall, but at the end of the day, like when they come out and just play basketball, instead of trying to worry about, like how many minutes I'm getting or, I'm getting nervous about the crowd. When they just go out and play, they'll do just fine. I think they're starting to get used to doing that instead of, trying to think too much and just letting instincts take over. So,
how do you feel like you guys match up against Michigan State?
They're bigger than us. They have Brandon Dawson's out, which is a big part of their roster. But they still got I think Matt Costello still playing for them. And they still got Payne down low. So they'll be a huge team. But at the same time, we just got to keep them on transition. limit them on the glass. They rebound the ball, pretty much better than anyone in the country. And we do those two things and just take, good shots, kind of limit the turnovers, will be just fine.
Is that one of the areas we focus?
I really pray so, because we're going to need to. Like I said, that was a huge win, but at the same time, we can't, stay complacent and just be like, okay, we got that win. Our season's made. It's not even like that at all. And, upsetting Michigan State, in my opinion, won't even be an upset for us, but we got to go in there and play with the confidence and shake off that last win and just go play, really. That's what it comes down to. And we do that.
You seem pretty confident. Some of the shots that maybe you weren't making a couple weeks ago seem like they're starting to go in. Just how do you feel right now?
I feel pretty good about coming into these last couple games and going forward. I've been in the gym a lot and just staying confident, staying ready, and trying to go out there and play hard and focus on the little things, and everything else fall in place.
Just, I guess, where are you from a confidence standpoint?
Right now, I think my confidence is as high as it's been all season, so I think that's good, and it's making layups and making shots and starting to make jump shots and paying attention on my defense assignments and all of that, so I think it's pretty good right now.
Matt always says that, everything's easier when the ball goes in. And, as I said before, a lot of those shots that were kind of rimming off for you a couple weeks ago are going in now. I guess that kind of makes everything easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, just seeing the ball go through the net and seeing the time that you put in and all the work that you put in finally pay off in front of people. So when the ball goes through the net, it just makes everything else easier around you. It feels like, even though it shouldn't be that way, but it really is just that way sometimes.
So if you guys beat Michigan State, would it be an upset? What are your thoughts on what a victory would be? You guys would win over Michigan State?
It'd be a big victory, but I don't think it'd be an upset either. We're a good team, and our record doesn't reflect it. We just got to come out and play hard. It'd be a good win for our team and another confidence booster and to go farther in the season.
How do you think you guys match up with them going in?
I think we match up well with Michigan State, especially down low with Adrian Payne, and on the perimeters with our good defensive guards and their good defensive guards. So I think we match up hand to hand. I don't think it's not one position that they just are overpowering us at or anything like that. And I think we're pretty deep, and I think we might be deeper than them. So I think it'd be a good game.
How big of a role do you think Mackey, the atmosphere, can play if it's like it was Saturday?
It was huge. It was amazing Saturday. It was probably as loud as I ever heard it. It just kind of seemed like it took Indiana out of their things they wanted to do. It confused them a little bit. Their coach couldn't get messages relayed to him on the court like it would be if it was quiet in there. So, coming out like that on Thursday, I think it would be a huge advantage for us.
We're 0-0 again. It's all just about that next game that's coming up. How do you do that? How do you focus on the next game, but then I'm sure you still want to carry over some of that confidence and momentum and emotion that you saw on Saturday?
Yeah, we just we just take what we did well and try to improve that, and what we did wrong and try to improve that. We try to take that to the next game. Hopefully we can do better on what we did well and take care of the assignments that we didn't take care of. So just handling all that, I think we have a pretty good chance on Thursday.
Some of the guys, I think I might have even asked you about it at one point, this idea of a freshman lull or whatever that you hit at some point in the season. Did you feel like that was a legitimate thing that you had to deal with?
Yeah, it was. Especially, I didn't really think of it at first, but when it finally hit, it was, it hit, and I was just trying to shoot my way out of it, but really I didn't have to. I just depended on my teammates and all that. Just relied on what the coach was telling me. I could have been fine. I'm trying to get out of that slump now, so it's pretty hard. It was pretty hard on me.
How did it hit? What do you mean by that?
Just like I didn't feel good about really anything. Really, I just kind of dreading going into practice, just going into games sometimes and everything. But I felt like my teammates did a good job of helping me get my spirits back up and everything, and I just kept playing, so everything worked itself out.
Michigan State?
I feel like we can match up pretty good with them, but I feel like they said, they're the best transition team in the country or whatever, so we really got to get out and run and be ready for their fast pace of basketball, and I feel like we can do a good job of that if we carry out our assignments.
Last week against IU, this week against a national power like MSU. Is this one of the reasons you come to the Big Ten, see this night in, night out?
Yes, sir, definitely. Really, with the IU game, that's really what that's what I cherish and everything. But with playing everybody is a great thing for me. So I feel good about it all. And I feel like we can go in there on Thursday and get a good win.
You mentioned earlier that Mackey was the loudest maybe you've ever heard it. How important do you think that atmosphere could be again this week?
It could be very important. Like, say we're in like a close game or something, and the crowd is really into it. That can really get us going and get us our energy going. Get a lead or something, and maybe we pull out a good win. So the crowd is very important with us, and we love the energy that they bring.